Hey guys, in today's video we're going to be installing a manual sway bar disconnect. If you're new here, welcome to the channel and don't forget to subscribe. So the reason why I want to install a manual sway bar disconnect, pretty much a few reasons. I've seen a few videos floating around that some people have been having issues of water getting into the electrical motor and frying up the CAN bus and all that. I would hate to have that issue when I'm out and about and you're like 30 miles in the midst of the desert or whatever, and your Jeep is just completely dead. So that would suck, you know, after a water crossing or whatever. So I'm just throwing out some scenarios out there. Also, I'm also tired of not being able to disconnect my sway bars when I'm in two-wheel drive. I know you could buy that taser and do that, but still at the same time, after about like 30 miles an hour, it reconnects, and I don't want that to happen. So I'm just gonna go all manual and have less issues and not have to worry about, you know, my CAN bus frying if water gets in there. So we're gonna eliminate all that and cover up the wiring so it's nice and secure and there's no water gonna get into the connector. So let's go ahead and get this thing installed and see how well it looks. That thing just dropped, so hopefully it's good. So here it is. This is the manual sway bar disconnect. Pretty much it goes where your motor is currently. This is actually for a JK, but I was looking on other websites. Pretty much this is the same thing as the JL and JK. Pretty much you're buying them the same thing. So that knob is actually pretty big, so I was worried that it was actually going to be kind of small, but no, you could actually grab a hold onto it. So let's go ahead and take off the electrical motor and slap that thing on. So that's what it looks like inside. It's just pretty plain. So we're gonna go ahead and slap this thing on, and I don't think I'm gonna put a washer in there. I think it should be fine without it. So let's go ahead and get this thing slapped on here. What I also did is I put a little bit of grease on the threads. I don't think it's really necessary, but I just felt like it'd just be a little bit smoother operation with some grease on there. So here it is installed. When you tighten it up, should unclick it. So I removed the tie rod end bolt to simulate the sway bars being disconnected. And as you can see, it's freely moving. And now I'm going to let's have it up there and then watch. I'm gonna screw it down. Okay. There we go. There it goes. It stops right there. Let's I just don't want it too loose here. Okay. I'm screwing it on, sorry, finger was in the way a second ago. I'm screwing it in just to see how far till it disconnects here. Okay, right about there. I'm just gonna screw it out here. Nope. Screw it out. Screw it out. There. All right. So it's working. So that's how I have the wiring. I put some dielectric grease on the pins. I wrapped it in 2 really good gloves. I wrapped it inside of, or I used electrical wire to wrap everything, and then I zip tied it right there. But regardless, if there were water to get in there, it wouldn't have any issues due to the fact that it's not all connected. It's not gonna be all connected at all. So we're eliminating all the connections. Let's go test drive this thing and make sure it doesn't have any check engine lights or anything. So unfortunately, it came on as soon as I turned it on. But if you get the taser, you should be able to turn it off. I'm all right with it right now. It's just a cheap alternative because I'm going to be going on a trip and I need to have sway bar disconnect at two-wheel drive, and I don't feel like spending $300 something to get the taser. But even though if you were to get the taser, the sway bar would still be connected at about 30 miles an hour or less, I'm sure. So this way, it doesn't matter. It'll still be disconnected. You can manually do it. You don't have to worry about water getting into anything. So I'm fine with that. It's really not going to annoy me that much. So at least it's not a check engine light or anything like that, but everything else is working. So, oh, and then, yeah, that blinks. But other than that, everything else works. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Don't forget to hit that like and subscribe. Thanks for watching.